Seeing is believing, Gemini. That is the card that I got for you. Eyes of the Eagle. Okay. Then I got seeing as believing that just came into my head. Then I wondered about you being in two places at once, which is what I've always thought about Geminis, and what I've always seen with Geminis is that you can be in two places at once. Oh, I like this. And then we get the hand. In the hand, the universe is your partner. Okay, think of that as your agency, as you being able to conjure something and you being in control of something. You're in control of the narrative, okay? And there's something here when an eagle has an eagle eye view of something, they are up above. It's like the bird's eye view. And there's something about you coming out of a situation that is very much close at hand. You know, it feels tight or claustrophobic or just all encompassing, and you rising above or soaring above like a bird of prey does. And they spend a long time just still, looking down, getting the absolute optimum view. Now, for some of you, this will be because there is something you're going to swoop down and get. For others of you, there is something you just need to see about your situation. Okay? Let's take one of these. I'm just going to call them the Starborn Oracle. Okay? Oh, I like that. Yes, you get angel in disguise. So we're getting a lot of kind of wings. Okay, we're talking birdie song here. You walk among others unseen. Yes. Your angelic essence will uplift silently, guiding hearts with unseen luminous wings. Okay, there's something about not being seen. There's something about what I've always called Gemini's ability to be in two places at once. Almost as if you've got like a cloak of invisibility. Cosmic Heart is the other card you get, and we will be doing a love reading in the second half of this reading. Your heart is a radiant transmitter of divine light. Every beat sends healing ripples across infinite space. Do-doosh, 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 do-doosh. I'm loving that. Right, what cards are we going to take for you? Yes, I think we will. It's still quite chilly, so I'm going to use my winter weights. Okay, what do we need to know for Gemini? Oh, okay. Hang on a moment. We've got one on the floor. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good too. Cripes, Gemini, spiritual big job straight off the bat. You start with the Fool. Now, kicking off any reading with the Fool is always going to be good. But this reading in particular, because we're coming into January, it's like a new year, it's a new session, it's a new cycle. There's something about you feeling free, taking a breath, feeling like you're on the edge of something, but also feeling the confidence to take that leap. What I don't quite get here, because I'm kind of understanding that there's something you need to see, is whether you need that information to be able to make your next move, or whether you can do it without it. The next one we get is Justice. Now, I love that you get this. It's like a karmic reset. But when you've got justice on your side, when you've got the universe on your side like this, you don't always need to get to the bottom of something, because it's like the universe takes that weight off you and does that work for you. If you're in a situation at the moment, Gemini, that has been unequal, or dare I say unfair, many things are in this universe, whether that's at work, whether that's in a close relationship, it looks as if that will change. And what I'm trying to say is some of it will change because of your effort, and some of it will change just because it's like the wind has changed direction in the universe. You know, the universe is your partner, And I'm going to wager that in 2025, you felt more like you were walking alone, like you had to do it yourself, you know, like some days you were getting there, some days you weren't, okay? And then we get this, the Nine of Pentacles, very, very nice. Venus in Virgo, feeling empowered. So where I think you weren't feeling empowered, or where I think, and this angel in disguise, I think this is spirit, angels, whatever you want to call it, source, force, God, now coming through for you. And you know, they were sleeping on it in 2025, frankly. What were they thinking? So you do feel renewed, or you will feel renewed. And it's going to be a feeling you haven't had for a little while. Make the most of it. Go with it. If you have been thinking, because you're Geminis, you know, and you do these sorts of things, if you've been thinking of setting up a side hustle, a business, traveling, all those sorts of things where there's no real kind of do this, do that, you know, where you're just branching out and you have to do something for yourself and you're just doing it your own way, this is a really good time to be doing that. Interesting. Yeah. Now, I don't know if this is in the relationship reading or what, but we've got the Five of Wands with this very nice looking, but nevertheless, Three of Swords, okay? Five of Wands is miscommunication, and Three of Swords is old wounds and difficulties in the heart. For some of you, and it's not going to be all of you, somebody was saying things that they didn't believe and that you didn't know whether to believe or not. Let's take another couple of cards on that. Your spidey senses, I think, had you on the alert, but you didn't really know why. Oh, I like that. We get the Ten of Pentacles, the future, security, what I call the meat and potatoes love card. But it can also be about work security, about money, about where you live, about your end game, as far as we ever have an end game. I mean, Geminis don't always need an end game. Let me know in the comments about that, actually. How much do you plan as a Gemini, especially in terms of security? Do you just fly by the seat of your pants? What do you do? Okay. So there's something here concerning your, it's not survival, it's whether you're able to meet your end game, whether you're able to provide security, find security. For some of you, it could be to do with real estate. So it could be where you live, where you're renting, if you're buying, anything to do with inheritance, groups of people. It could be your work, something to do with what you get paid for, your team. This is sort of, it's not deep and dark disputes, but it goes deep enough, okay, that what is kind of minor has been hitting a few notes for you, okay? What can we do about that? What can we do about that? Oh, I love this. We get the Queen of Swords with the Queen of Pentacles. These two work very well together. The Queen of Pentacles is the queen of making sure you butter your own crumpets, okay? So look after your money, look after your finances, be patient. If there are things that you need to know, you will find them out, but also be happy where you are and don't go digging too much and don't stress yourself out about it. Be patient, okay? This is the Queen of Velvet Waiting. This is your queen and also the Queen of Truth with this massive sword that she's got. And remember, you had Justice, and Justice also has the Sword of Truth. And she is the Queen of Boundaries. You usually, as Geminis, know your own worth quite well. But I think you've had reason to feel insecure over the past year in 2025. Some people may have encouraged that in you, which is not very nice, but not the end of the world. People do that sometimes. And we'll have a look at your love life now as well. It can also be that you just didn't know where you stood with something. And that can sometimes just make us feel like we're on the back foot. On the back foot. Okay, let's look at your love life, because the cards are like, ka-ching, 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 pick me. Oh my Lord. Gemini, love. The Lovers. Now that one flipped out. It was like, come on, I'm ready. It rolled out of bed. The Lovers. The Lovers, of course, Gemini, is your card. Now, for me, it can mean decisions, but I use the word decisions in a sort of, I think of the Lovers as long term. So it's not like you need to make a decision now. I don't get that. It's like the road that you're on will diverge at some point, maybe in like 5 or 6 months' time. It's not even now. The Lovers is always over there, kicking it away in the long grass. But whatever you're doing right now to do with your love life, at whatever stage it's at, it's having an effect in 5 or 6 months' time. So remember, you came up as the Queen of Pentacles as well. This is another reason why we're feeling like patience is a virtue. Like, this is the long game for a star sign such as yours, which is more of a short-term sign. But Gemini, and let me know in the comments, because you're the ones who are Geminis, Gemini is a short-term sign, but of course you live with long-term goals. So you need to make all these things fit somehow. I love that you also get the most gorgeous 10 of Cups with the Lovers. Lovers. You get the 10 of Cups with it. That's pretty damn good. So you're making moves and choices which find your rainbow's end. I'm loving that. I'm going to write that down. Oh, yes, I am. Okay. They're quite important choices as well. They're not minor. Nice. Yeah. 2 of Pentacles, Jupiter in Capricorn. So think about Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion. Swing. And Capricorn, which is a sign very unlike yours. Okay, so it's an earth sign. It's cardinal, whereas you're mutable, which means you're changeable. And cardinal means you start things with great force. Okay. So Jupiter is in Capricorn in this card, and it's taking an earth sign that doesn't really expand and forcing it to expand. So that's why when we have the 2 of Pentacles, you've got like somebody, normally it's spinning something through infinity with 2 pentacles. But what they're doing is they're kicking ideas around. They're making a choice. They're trying things on. Like, could it work this way? How about that way? You know, trying lots of different ways of doing this. So this could be you in your love life, dating different people and seeing who's a fit. You know, for Geminis, that's a very nice way to date. I think it's very difficult because Geminis get on with a lot of people. You do very well in social situations. Everybody likes you, everybody relates to you. I've got loads of Gemini friends. They're just so much fun, okay? Because they keep things light, but they can have deep discussion. They don't hold you to anything, which is a messy Pisces. I love, you know, you can change the time. They're not going to be bothered. It feels like you shouldn't lock yourself down in your love life. Now, whether that is that you don't just stick with one person, or whether that is you don't just stick with one way of doing something with a person. In other words, if you're in an established connection, you think of a different way of doing things for the both of you. If you're dating, you are maybe dating outside your comfort zone, meeting people who are not necessarily your type, but trying it out, okay? I'm getting a chocolate box, you know, like a variety chocolate box. And just as long as you don't get stiffed by the nougat, it's all right, isn't it? I hate nougat. It's trying different layers of one person, digging deeper into your relationship. Or if you're dating, literally a carousel of different people, having coffee with people, trying sporty dates with people, keeping it really lively. And I think for Gemini, that's really important anyway. There is a bigger decision here for some of you about a more established connection. But you will know if that's you, okay? Yes. It's a time for truth, and it's a time for experiment. We've got the Knight of Swords, which is information coming into you, truth coming into you, clear messages, talking, communication, you expressing very clearly where you stand on something, and someone else being able to do the same. And we also get Temperance, which is a very balanced card. And it's about you balancing the energy of being present, but also being able to disappear, which is something Gemini needs. Gemini needs freedom. So being present, but being able to disappear, but also at the same time, seeking the truth, but not making a full-time job out of searching for it. Okay, remember you've got that Justice card. And there's some kind of co-partnership with the universe going on for you in January, which I really like. And remember you got that Angel in Disguise card as well, which I also really like. Now, let's look at this. Seven of Swords just struts in. I want to take a... What do I want? I want a clarifier for the Seven of Swords, please. Yes. Seven of Swords is weird because it can either be you or it can sometimes be someone else. Yeah. Oh no, it's you. Okay, I'm doing my Six of Wands dance, in case you didn't know. Oh, I'm so pleased you get that. Yay! Winner, winner, chicken dinner or vegan alternative. Okay. When you get the Seven of Swords, you should always clarify it because it can be a real stinker. And you need to know if someone's, you know, messing you around or being sneaky. When you get it with the Six of Wands, it's a game plan of sorts. So when it comes to your love life, you need to play your cards very close to your chest. Gemini is not naturally a very secretive sign because you rule the lungs, you rule information coming in and out and all over the place. And it's not your instinct to keep things to yourself because you're not usually, I'm not going to say you're not private, but you value information and the information exchange, okay? So it looks like if you're in a situation, Gemini, you may need to play your cards close to your chest, whether that's in your love life, whether it's in business, whether that's with family or friends. Play your cards close to your chest, okay? you have a lot to preserve here. Dignity, power, knowledge, and intention. And I'm rather liking that you're starting something new, that you're kind of coming out of a year when the universe hasn't been particularly helpful. We have these years where the universe isn't against you, but it's not helping you either, you know, and you think like, what do I have to do to catch a break? Well, this year, not a lot, which is nice because some of the years, things just come to you for nothing, okay? So what the universe is trying to do here is inject a kind of karmic twist. It wants to take things, it wants everything on the table. It wants you to consider everything. So when it comes to your love life, I'm going to say don't rule anything or anyone out or in yet, okay? Which for a Gemini is fantastic because you're balanced on a knife edge of possibility. And I think it's because there are a lot of possibilities coming into you. And so the universe doesn't want you to shut any doors in particular. You know, it's like keep everything open, keep open-minded, love yourself first. You've got that 9 of Pentacles card at the top. If any of you have some pesky kind of communication issues or someone not quite being straight with you, I almost think you don't have to go seeking the truth and you don't have to go asking difficult questions or, to be honest, putting yourself out, because it's like there's going to be a fairground for you, you know, and the universe wants you to be able to, I was going to say to try every ride, to test every ride, as it were, okay? We get the 3 of Cups coming in, which I really like. Communication, friendship, linking up with people, being connected to people is very, very important, okay? So seek connection above everything else. If, we've got the 10 of Wands as well, if somebody brings heaviness, difficulty, challenges, I think I would weigh up whether I wouldn't expend too much energy on it. When you get the 7 of Swords with the 6 of Wands, it's like the universe is saying to you, conserve your energy. Only strike when the time is right. Only talk when you've got something to say, you know? Because if you can just feel your way through, the universe has some lovely surprises in store for you, and I'm a big fan of that. And then we get this random, the King of Cups. King of Cups is a little bit of an international man of mystery. He is someone who is mysterious. He is someone who is, I was going to say pathetic then, poetic. Somebody who is possibly water sign or water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy, but that energy of someone who is very emotionally tuned into you. I like this for you. I don't know if it's long term or short term. I don't think that's decided yet. This could be someone you're already connected with or somebody you're about to meet. This is somebody who is unusual, someone who is distinctive, somebody who maybe doesn't quite play by the norms of society. And for you, Gemini, that can be mega exciting, very, very interesting trip, okay? In the extended love reading, I'm going to do a you and them side by side love reading. Very popular, these readings. And it can be for a specific person, it can be for a future person, it can be for your ex, it can be for whoever it is. You will know who it's for, okay? So we're going to take a deck of cards for you and a deck of cards for the other side. and we'll riff off those cards side by side, looking at the shadow side, what's behind it, how do they feel about you, how do you feel about them, your best course of action, okay? I know, I'm going to go and choose the decks now, actually. The link is below in the description box, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste.